Hi, in this tutorial we are building a full-stack TypeScript application, and it's not only the front-end part but also the back-end, database integration and everything in between. And we are building a to-do app. So this is how it looks right now. We can have tasks, we can mark them as done, we can add new tasks. 2 episodes ago I showed you how to set up database using the command line. So we were using this tool called PGCLI. We were creating the database and inserting the data manually using SQL queries directly from this command line. But that's not optimal. And today I would like to show you how to do it from within VS Code so that everything is in one place. And for that we will be using this plugin called SQLTools. So first you need to install this plugin, and once it's installed we need to configure the connection. And this is the configuration. Because this is an existing project, you need to add this. But this configuration is already built into Kretes from the version 69. So if you are generating a new project, you don't have to set this up. It's already there. But in our case, we need to set this up. So we need to provide the server, the port. In Kretes is 5454. The name of our connection and the name of the database, which is the same as in our config, which is here. So once we have that and the plugin, SQL plugin is installed, I have this icon here with the database, and this connection from settings JSON should appear here in connections. Now I can use this little icon to connect to this database instance. And now I'm connected. So I can, for example, do a select. So as you can see, it suggests the tables, the SQL comments, but also the tables that exist in that database. We have only one table, which is called task, and I can just type tab to autocomplete that. This is a nicer experience. And then I have this contextual command where I can run it. And once I run it, it opens a new window directly in VS Code, and I see the same records I have here. We could use this tool to create our database from scratch. So we could create SQL and we can save them. So in previous episodes, when we were creating it from the command line, we typed those queries, but then we haven't saved them anywhere. So that's not good. We should know what queries were used to execute, to create tables and insert data. So let's go ahead and create a query like that. So first of all, let me stop the server, and we will remove the whole database. So in order to do that, we need to remove the DB content, because our database is stored in this directory, DB content. So if I remove the database and all the data inside. And now in Kretes, I can use this command called Kretes database setup, which will set up a new database from scratch. So this is something which is done automatically when you are creating a new application in Kretes. But we are doing that just to show how we can create table and insert data once again, but this time using VS Code instead of command line. So once we have that, we can now in this file, we can create a table as we did before, and let's call it task. And as you can see, I have some kind of autocompletion here, and let's say text and done boolean as we did before, and let's insert the data. I will just copy paste what we did in the 2 episodes ago. So we have this insert, and now we can run it on active connection. So if I run it, there is an error because we need to start our server. Let's close that and let's start the Kretes server again, and let's execute our query. The query worked, and now when I refresh, I have the data I had before. And this way we can now store this file somewhere in our project directory. So for example, we can save it as the setup SQL, and now it lives alongside with the database. So whenever we need to recreate that, we have it here. We can just open the connection and run this again. But that's not the best way of managing database, creating schema and managing data, because you may need to change the shape of your tables, insert different data. So this is a gradual process. We are doing it step by step as we develop our application. So in order to keep track of that, we would need to use something like migration. I won't be talking about it today, but we will improve that in the future. So remember that this is not the perfect solution. This is just a step in a process, and eventually we will get there. So yeah, that's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.